from Big Ben Roethlisberger, who was back on the field. The Steeler quarterback revealing earlier this week that he's been dealing with elbow pain for years. He tore 3 flexor tendons in his right elbow last season, but now he says he's ready to return, and he has big goals. He was talking about Lombardies, not Lombardi Trophy, but Lombardies. He is talking about winning multiple championships. And our friends at Caesars, well, they have Pittsburgh with the 3rd shortest odds to win the division, 9-1 to win the conference, 25-1 to win the title, which is good for 13th shortest in the league. So that's not especially good. Now, I'm looking at a team that last year went 8-8 with the 2nd worst quarterback play in the sport. So Domonique Foxworth, if you get Ben Roethlisberger back at some facsimile of his apex, what are the Steelers?
Yeah, I like to think that they'd be better because even coming off this injury, which isn't a small injury, a guy who's as old as Ben Roethlisberger is coming off this elbow injury will be diminished. And he's never been a guy that we think of that makes great decisions on the field. He's been more of an athlete who kind of makes plays out of nothing type of guy, which doesn't bode well for this team. And the defense, as talented as it was, it is going to regress because they can't possibly be that good again. However, again, back to the situation that we are in this year. This year is so unpredictable. I'd like to trust established organizations with reliable, smart, talented coaching staff, and I can't put very many teams above the Steelers when it comes to that. So I would bet on them making the playoffs, especially in this extended playoff format this year, given the stability that organization has and the defensive talent that they have.
Mike Tannenbaum, what's your hesitation?
Yeah, I don't see it, and here's why. At best, Pittsburgh has the 2nd best quarterback in that division, maybe the 3rd or 4th, depending on how Burrow and Baker Mayfield play. But he's 38 years old. He's coming off of a massive surgery with his elbow. And I've been around aging quarterbacks. They don't like to get hit anymore. He's a champion. He's made a lot of money. I don't think we're going to see the same Ben Roethlisberger. They have a great coach. They have a great defense. But his best days are behind him. The future of that division is Lamar Jackson, maybe Burrow, maybe Baker Mayfield. And this is where you got to be careful as an organization. You don't want to pay a player for what he was. You want to pay him for what he's going to do. And to me, that's a big, big question mark.
I'm worried you may have just killed Ryan Clark. See, I'm trying to read the body language. What is your reaction to this?
That boy, Mike T, and I love you. That boy just said Joe Burrow and Baker Mayfield go be better than Ben Roethlisberger. I cannot believe him.
So possibly.
We need to put Mike T. I'm going to put you on a. Mike T, I'm finna put you on a 1-day contract like you want to put Antonio. Now, here's the other. So here's, I get it though. I get it. Like when you look at the AFC, and I talked about the Monstars, you see Patrick Mahomes and you see Lamar Jackson, and you kind of forget about Ben. But the other side of it is too, Ben's won 2 Super Bowls. The MVP of those Super Bowls were Hines Ward and Santonio Holmes. The best play in the 2nd Super Bowl was made by the defense and James Harrison. But Ben did enough. Ben found ways to win. He could still do that. When I sat across from Mike T at the Combine, he told me, he said, I got the same feeling walking into the stadium that I had when you played. And you know what that feeling was? That feeling was it didn't really matter who was playing quarterback. He just had to not muck it up. And that's where Ben Roethlisberger is now with a healthy Juju, a healthy Washington, a healthy Johnson, a Snell, a Connor, a great offensive line, and a defense with Minkah Fitzpatrick, baller, TJ Watt, baller, Devin Bush, baller, Vince Williams, baller, Cam Hayward, head buster. This team is different. This team has a chance. And we forget about the Pittsburgh Steelers because they got Patrick Mahomes in the AFC. He makes you forget about everything. When you look at Patrick Mahomes, it's like you see Patrick Mahomes and you forget to see everything else. And I'm not saying that right now the Steelers are the best team in the AFC, but I'm saying they have a chance. And when you can stop people and when you can turn the football over and you have a quarterback that has been there and done that. And one thing I don't think about Ben, is that he's going to not want to get hit. He never shied away from being hit. He attacked defensive linemen, and you knew every day you went to tackle him, you had to bring your lunch pail. He's motivated. He says he's healthy as he's ever been. And I know that Mike T knows how to coach football. It's a scary team. You're not going to just walk into Heinz Field and walk out with wins. I think Ben plays great this year, has a chance to do some wonderful things, and they can win it all if things fall right.
Mike T, I'll give you the final word. I feel as though you have been justifiably disagreed with this morning because I'm on their side, but go ahead. What's your final thought?
Well, Well, if I'm on a one-day contract and this is my last day with RC, I would leave him with this. At 38 years old, he isn't the same guy that wants to run over defensive linemen. He wants to avoid getting hit. And I agree with everything else. There's a lot to love about Pittsburgh. And I've made this mistake before in my career. He's not the same guy. He's not in the same place in life. And that's why I don't think he's going to try to win or die trying. Rex Ryan always used to say that, fellas, we're going to win or die trying. And I think Roethlisberger, as a point in his career where the die trying part is no longer part of his narrative.
We'll find out. He was talking yesterday about trying to win Lombardis. Do I have to leave it here, Ali? We have thrown the format into a complete shambles at this point. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.